Good afternoon or morning, everybody. It is meteorologist Ainsworth Forecast here, and welcome back to another weather update. As you can tell, this will be a tropical update, and it's going to be a second update on Invest 98L and Invest 99L. So, these two invests could become huge threats. Hurricane Dorian or Hurricane Aaron, these two systems are most likely to become tropical storms and hurricanes, and they will bring an opposing threat for the Atlantic. Looks like the Atlantic is starting to heat up, which is also good and also bad, but it's very fun to forecast. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that red button that says subscribe, and make sure it says subscribed. And also be sure to hit the post notification icon so you get notified as soon as I post every single day. So, I want to thank you guys all for the support. We actually just got to 1,700 subscribers yesterday, and we're already at 1,744. That actually means a lot. I don't know how we're growing so fast, but it really just means a lot. I'm also gonna have my third preliminary fall forecast come out in the afternoon, so also be sure to stay tuned for that. So yeah, if you guys want to know what these threats or what these events can bring into the Atlantic, that'll come right up. So we are going to be looking at the 5-day tropical weather outlook, and here we have these two systems. This is Invest 98L, and this is Invest 99L. Invest 98L has actually been a system a bit longer here. Try to see it here. So it actually does have a 70% chance within the next 48 hours. So within the next 2 days, it actually has a 70% chance, which is not incredibly low. It's actually pretty high. And then for the formation for the next 5 days, we do have a 90%. So it is very likely to have formation within the next 2 to 5 days. If you are in this circle here, this is a circle here. This is where we can see the formation within the next 2 to 5 days here. So in this area, this could where we could definitely see formation, potentially tropical storm Aaron or Dorian, and actually Invest 99L could actually form to a named system before Invest 98L. So again, we're just going to see Dorian and Aaron for sure. Here's Invest 99L. It actually was just a new system yesterday, and it's already at a 70% chance for the next 48 hours. It's very likely. And look, this cone here is where we can have formation within the next couple of days, and it actually has a bigger area for formation. We have the Lesser Antilles, and a threat here could potentially bring an opposing threat for the Caribbean and potentially affect the United States right here. Again, Invest 99L will be a bigger threat than Invest 98L, since it could hit more inland areas, and possibly Invest 98L just going to go up the coast like this and then go into the northern Atlantic. So that's that here. Now let's look into the satellite imagery here for Invest 98L. So this is where it is right here. It's this blob of this blob of cloud cover right here. This is Invest 98L. It was actually right here next to Miami last time we checked yesterday, but it is very fast moving up to the coast. It actually never made landfall as an invest. It actually, most of them also going like this into Florida, but it's actually going to be going off the coast like this. My dad is actually in Orlando right now, like right here. My dad's in Orlando to watch a football game for college. He drove there and just got there today around midnight, so I'm going to let him know that there's going to be some rain. Here we had this cloud cover. It's actually getting a bit denser, these cloud covers. You can see it's actually increasing the cloud cover. These clouds will be getting bigger and starting to move more into a circulation. But again, no vorticity whatsoever. But again, it's not likely to hit any land so far. But again, it could take a weird turn and hit the Carolinas, but that's a very low chance of here. So that's what it's looking like here. Now let's look at the Invest 98L tracks here. As you can tell, it is going straight off the coast of Florida and then potentially going out into the northern Atlantic. It actually has not. It might make landfall in the most coastal area of Florida on the eastern coast there. It might potentially make a little bit of landfall, but again, it's going to be like right off the coast. 2 miles to showing hitting actually Orlando too, or South Orlando. But again, it is most likely to not make any huge threats, except for flooding could be a threat. And then again, it doesn't look like it's going to hit the Carolinas. One model might show it hitting the North Carolina, but it's very unlikely to hit the Carolinas. But again, we always have those weird turns that it can do that weird turn last minute. But for now, this is going to be the cone. I'm not going to have the best cone. I'm not the best at using this, but this is the cone for Invest 98L. So this is what to expect. Again, no huge threat for inland. And I'm not going to be talking about Invest 98L in details really a whole lot, because it's not a huge deal right now. No inland threats and not a hurricane status threat. It can just become possibly tropical storm Aaron, because I think Invest 99L will form into Dorian, and then that will force Invest 98L to be the next name storm. It's actually kind of weird that Invest 99L will be forming way before possibly, again, it is because it's warmer waters in the Caribbean that it will be going into. So again, here we have this mod track right now. It's at 25 knots right here. It is going to be slowly moving into tropical storm status. It's actually going to take a longer time here. It's going to be going it's going to be going off, like right off the coast of Florida, so it's not going to be growing a whole lot because it's still going to be impacted by the inland areas. It should become a tropical storm within the next 36 hours to 60 hours. So expect Aaron, possibly. Again, it could become Dorian. It's Dorian or Aaron, but most likely to be Aaron and become a tropical storm. And again, some models might show getting close to a hurricane, but for now, we're only going to be dealing with a tropical storm. Now we're going to be looking at Invest 99L. This is a big system we're going to be talking about right here. It is actually very fast moving. It's a very widespread system already. It's actually somewhat already bigger than Invest 98L, as you can kind of see. And we actually have vorticity right here. If you guys don't know exactly what vorticity is, it's like the rotation you actually need to have a tropical system. It's this when the clouds are like rotating. Again, that's why you see hurricanes. It's like rotation. Think about it as a hurricane, or think about it as a tornado. The rotation you see when the cold and warm air start to chase each other. This is exactly what it is, except in the ocean, of course, feeding off water vapor. Once you see vorticity, that is where it is getting a lot organized very fast here. So we are having rotation on the western part of the storm. Eastern part of the storm is actually just a lot of cloud cover. It is moving very rapidly to the east. It's going to be heading toward the Lesser Antilles within a couple days, and it could become maybe possibly a tropical storm, a Dorian, before it even makes landfall. But again, we have vorticity, we have cloud cover, we actually have some outer bands forming in here. So boy, Invest 99L is very organized, and I actually predict we're going to have a cloud cover area that's going to form right here, and it's going to meet into the main one, and that's going to make it a lot bigger into maybe becoming a tropical depression. Now we're going to be looking at the tropical, or the Investing in track guidance. So it is looking like it is going to again head to the east, possibly hit the Lesser Antilles within the next 96 hours. So about 3.5 days basically is where we could have landfall in Lesser Antilles. And then it's going to be going to a warm water area right here. It's going to be going to these warm waters. After it hits the Lesser Antilles, it's going to be going to extremely warm waters there, and that's going to possibly make it become a tropical storm. And it could hit Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Puerto Rico, if you're in Puerto Rico, it actually might just go east of you, which is great since you guys are still rebuilding from Maria. But this is the cone right here. It's actually looking like a very big threat. It's going to become a possibly category 1 or 2 based on right now. But again, it's going to be heading to the east and right possibly into Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Now that we looked at that, we're going to be looking at the intensity, guys, to see exactly how strong it can get. So again, it is possibly becoming a tropical storm before Invest 98L. You can tell it's between the next 36 to 48 hours. So a lot sooner than Invest 98L. So this can be potentially become a tropical storm Dorian. And when the models that show becoming tropical storm, they're actually rocketing through tropical storm force winds. We actually have a couple models favoring a category 1 Dorian and possibly a category 2. So it's going to be a big threat here. Now we'll be looking at exactly what to see in the H50 HPA wind. As you can see, this blob of system right here, this blob of winds is actually Invest 98L right here. That's where we have the possibly getting in those 20 to 22 knots right there. As we continue on, though, we are going to be seeing some an increase in size here. Let me actually use it. I think the black might be the best color. We see an increase in size here. Start to get a bit bigger now, maybe about 30 to 34 knots in that area. As it continues to move up into the eastern coast of the United States. Again, it's not going to be like right on the coast. It's going to be, again, obviously not incredibly close, but I'm just going to say it's going to be moving up the coast or up into the northern Atlantic with actually 70 knots. So it could potentially become a category 1. Again, these models of the European are always showing higher numbers, but actually is not going to be affecting any inland areas, so really it shouldn't be that much different since it's not going to be in any inland areas, so it wouldn't make these winds incredibly different. So that's why I'm going to be showing this model. And as it gets close into the Canada area, it's actually going to be very close. It's going to be around 99 knots, and it'll start to calm down as it goes into the Greenland area, and then it'll actually bring in some strong winds out there for parts of the Europe area into Finland. Those areas we'll start to see some winds. We actually don't see any trace of we really don't see a trace of Invest 99L. If we look at the tropics here in the Caribbean, you don't see any really winds right here within the next couple of days. So it's just a matter of time really to just watch and see exactly what happens. Now we're quickly going to be looking at the radar here as we continue on to today or tomorrow. We have again Invest 99L here, or Invest 99L, Invest 98L here, and then here we have Invest 99L. So again, we have these two systems in the tropics here in the Atlantic, not Atlanta. It's going to be possibly, the GFS is possibly showing landfall into parts of Canada. That could be an issue here. As we continue on into the next couple of days, we actually might see actually Invest 99L or Hurricane Dorian or Hurricane Aaron here. It actually might take a bit longer to form. This is September 5th. It actually might head into the Carolinas, so we could actually have a huge threat. It actually looks like it's going to be like what we saw last year. It's potentially going to go hit into the Carolina coast here and then go into the Georgia area. So actually, I might have to worry about a couple of rain showers here. But again, it's very far out. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to be posting for David Schlotthauer an hour from now, 1 o'clock. I'm going to be doing a same update on the tropics here. Of course, it's going to be different though. But yeah, stay tuned and bye guys.